Okay. Hello, future grammar nerds. I should say almost transformed into grammar nerds by now. Let's talk about spelling. I know English spelling doesn't make any sense, but there are a few small rules that could help you. Here's one of them. A word like mate it almost says the letter itself, a, mate, as opposed to the softer a, mat. So if you want to add ing, you have just one consonant here, mating, but you can double it if you want to conserve that soft sound. So matting, right? So another one would be hope and hop. So in English, it's just the softer O, ah, if you don't have a vowel at the end. But if you put the E at the end, it becomes O. It says its own name, hope. So if you want to add ing, then you want to keep hoping. So just one P. And if you want to preserve the softer one, then you double it. And the mistake that I see most often would be write is going to be writing, but in the past it does get a double T because the I sound changes to written. So writing, written. All right, here's a second rule to help you with spelling. So don't add or delete letters when you're attaching a prefix like dis to a word like satisfy. And how many S's do you end up with? 2. Dissatisfy. All right, the same with ill plus logical. So you end up with the doubled letters because of the prefix added on. The same with im plus mature, immature. And un works the same way, unnecessary, double N's. And miss as well, a misprint. So that can help you to spell some of these words. It doesn't mean you always have a double S. For example, if you have miss and understand, you won't necessarily have a double S because you just add the prefix onto the main word. So the last rule I'll show you is, again, far from perfect, but you may have heard it before. So about I and E and the order they should go in. So it's usually I before E except after C. So for example, you have IE in words like fierce, and even words that don't rhyme with fierce, like niece and achieve. They're mostly saying the E sound here. Even siege and a fiend or a friend. You flip it if you have a C, if it comes right after a C. So for example, here you have a C, so you're going to put EI. The same for a receipt. And the same for deceit. I love how they rhyme, but they're spelled completely differently. Receipt, deceit. Perceive. So why is the IE flipped? Because it comes after a C. Now, there are always exceptions to this. So It's often EI words that have the sound A. So for example, if it sounds a bit like A, then 8. Then you have EI, or freight, or weight. You have the EI. It's lucky that you have your computer that can check your spelling, and I'm surprised by how many students there are that don't turn on that function, because you can set your spelling for different countries. So you could set it for Canadian spelling, and then your computer should highlight any words that are misspelled. So there are a few exceptions to the rule, of course, because it's English. So some of those exceptions are words like weird, and that's just weird. Later, grammar nerds.